Hey, it's Johnna. I am an executive director with the John Maxwell team, and today I wanted to share a little lesson on the importance of networking and give you a little how-to. This will help you in creating and or landing your next career move. So networking is all about creating lasting relationships. I personally believe in adding as much value as possible to the person on the other end versus going in with the me approach. Because trust me, I get these in LinkedIn all the time, and it drives me nuts when it's a lot of just kind of like trying to get me to go to them to have me buy something or sign up for something or whatever, okay? So my approach to networking is more like, I want to get to know you. I want to get to know you as a human being. And then I love to connect people to other people. So how can I use my network to help you on your journey in wherever you are? How can I refer business to you? So I like to ask questions about the other person because I do genuinely care. And if you don't genuinely care, please don't network. Please don't be like one of those people that gets on there just to get sales and be fake or whatever. You know, it's not every day that happens, but I'm just saying, be authentic, be you, but go in with the right intentions on, building relationships and being genuine. So one example that I have, a little story, is a gentleman that just simply commented on a post that I put out on LinkedIn, okay? And so I wrote a message and thanked him for it. And then I happened to see a resume that he made into a video, okay, while he was unemployed. And this is exactly what I've been telling coaching clients to do, stand out. Well, he did, but he went above and beyond. This YouTube resume that Chris Mix made was phenomenal, is phenomenal, okay? So much so that me, in the beginning stages of taking videos, needed an editor. And instead of going on Fiverr, which is great, do that if you want to, I wanted to go to someone that I already had seen their work, I trust them, I liked them, and had some interaction with. Okay, my point is, I would have never reached out to Chris Mix to have him do my editing for videos. And then also I'll be referring business to him if he hadn't first simply commented on a post. That's all it took on his end and on my end. It both took a little bit of different actions, but we were supporting each other, and we still do, in genuine, authentic ways that aren't salesy, that aren't slimy, that aren't for personal gain, okay? And so that is kind of what I'm talking about. Now let me also share some step-by-step. So the way that we network is a little bit different. We can't go to a meetup, we can't go to a conference, or maybe we can in certain realms, I'm not sure, in your area. But for the most part, we're doing virtual meetups. We're doing virtual conferences instead of live conferences. Back in the day, 7 months ago, I was attending live conferences every 6 months in Orlando with the John Maxwell team, and it was amazing, and I loved it. Well, we just had our first virtual one. I still showed up, and I still learned a lot. It's much different, but the value is still there, and the connection and the networking is still there. I still keep in touch with all of my Maxwell friends that I see each time I go to the conferences. We'll get on a phone call. We'll do, a virtual coffee chat. So I would recommend, whether those are people who are already in your network or people that you want to meet. If there's someone that you're really dying to get a hold of, reach out to them. You have nothing to lose. On LinkedIn, you can find just about anybody. And if you don't get a response, that's okay. My thought is, don't be attached to the outcome. If you have the desire, act on it, reach out, and let it go. And if it happens, wonderful. And if it doesn't, move on to your next person that you'd like to connect with. And if someone reaches out to you to connect with you, or they have questions about an industry that you were in or are in, I would highly recommend take on the servant leadership position and answer their questions, be there for them, mentor them with your whatever time capability that you have. But I believe that breathing life into others only makes it so that others will want to do that for you as well. So utilizing social media, I mentioned LinkedIn is a great one for networking. Also, there's so many other platforms, Facebook, and I mentioned meetups or joining different professional organizations, Chamber of Commerce, speaking clubs like Toastmasters. It's always a good idea to memorize your elevator speech and keep it short, kind of who you are and what you do and a little about your story, finding common ground with the people that you're connecting with. And if you can't do that, maybe just again coming in with questions on, what do I need to ask to find out how I can refer business to them? And then if asked, how they can help me, having an idea of what that would look like. And then maybe planning a follow-up conversation and always thanking them at the end for the interaction and taking the time out to speak with you. I think taking notes is always a good idea when you're on these networking calls, just to keep things at the forefront of your mind and knowing how to refer to someone, giving genuine compliments and asking really good questions, and giving good feedback when appropriate. So one example of how networking is so powerful is that I just had a coaching client who really resisted reaching out to someone in his network that was in an IT position that he wanted. And so, I didn't want to push him, but I said, it really is all about networking. And oftentimes the jobs that people do land are from people that they knew. So he finally did. He reached out to this guy. Sure enough, he just landed an internship. He's the reason why he landed the internship. It was a hard process, but because of the contact that he knew and reaching out to this guy, letting him know, hey, I'm switching out of this field, going into this field. I'm in training now and all this stuff. The guy called him and now he's got an internship. Another one with networking, another little example is I have someone that came into my previous place of employment in the medical field as a consultant, okay? And we developed this amazing relationship. Instead of being like an intimidating consultant, I just fell in love with her personality and we hit it off, we bonded. I ended up persuading her to get hired as the manager of the company. She did. She ended up telling me about the Maxwell team, which now I'm an executive director with them, and I've gone to many conferences, and I've been coaching since 2014. Absolutely love it. But what's funny is one of the live events that I went to in Orlando, Florida, was where I met my boyfriend, who lived in the same state as me, Washington State, but we met at the conference in Florida. I'm telling you that because that's the art of networking. If I hadn't taken the time to get to know that person as a consultant, who then became the manager, who then got me introduced to Maxwell, who then got me to meet my boyfriend, so many things wouldn't have occurred, okay? Just one of many examples of how there's power in networking. So I'm reiterating it, you guys. The lesson is go out and network. It is so worth it. The relationships that you will develop are way, way, way more about what you'll get. It's what you give to them, and you get to see things change in their lives. And then sure, it's also about, what opportunities can come to you as well through who they know. So don't be afraid to network. Get out there and do it as authentically as possible and watch, because the magic will occur. Okay, Chris, put in the closing. If you're looking to stand out in the market today and you'd like to partner with me on that journey, then click the link below and sign up for your complimentary business strategy session. And I just wanted to thank you for listening today. And don't forget, only you are 100% responsible for the life that you create and the life that you live. You owe it to you, your family, and the world. So get out there and make it happen. Until next time.